And you've been to the facilities of schools in this area, just like everywhere else in the city. They're deplorable. They're an embarrassment. The mayor should make sure we have a well-funded facilities budget that they can adequately address the school needs. And people know on the council, I was going to introduce the School Modernization Act to put over $1 billion new into the schools. And then lastly, the mayor has great control over social service agencies that deal with children, child welfare, juvenile justice, health, mental health, recreation. These programs should be more seamlessly interwoven with the school system. That will be done when I'm mayor of the District of Columbia. Thank you.
Over the course of this campaign, we all have heard each other's positions many times. And while I have heard Mr. Fenty's proposal for a deputy mayor of education, and while that sounds good, here's the problem. One of the biggest issues facing our school system is that it's too complicated. There are too many people with too many fingers in the pies and no clear accountability. And adding a deputy mayor for education is just going to add another six-figure person with a department that's going to make a confusing situation even more so. Here's my proposal. Number one, you've got to focus on more high-quality early childhood education. And as mayor, I will do that starting right here in Ward 8. This is where most of the children are, and yet there aren't enough high-quality early childhood programs here. And data clearly shows that when children are in a high-quality early childhood program, they are more effective throughout their academic lives. Number two, K-12. As mayor, I will partner with the school superintendent to make sure that the resources of the executive branch can be made available to help the schools work better. I believe that the school system has too much on its plate. That's why they aren't doing better in terms of academic instruction for our children. That's their number one job, is pedagogy, instruction. That's what the school system is there for. So as mayor, I want to take off their plate anything that I can so that they can focus more completely on education. That is keeping toilet paper on the road, making sure books are ordered and delivered on time, making sure the schools are clean and in working order. Third point of the plan is public higher ed. University of the District of Columbia, we have treated our public university in a shameful fashion. We slashed the budget over 10 years ago. We have never restored it. The campus looks horrible. As mayor, I will work day and night finding the partners to help us strengthen our public university, the physical plant and the programs, and I also want to lead the creation of what I'm calling the Career and Technical College of UDC Southeast Campus, so this city can have a real community college to help us prepare for those jobs, those careers that don't require a four-year degree. Allied health, skilled trade, information technology, etc. That's how we get our people educated and back to work.
Get this gentleman.
My name is William Baltimore. I'm a firefighter at Engine 19. I want to ask the two candidates, what are they going to do about stopping the homicide rate of young black people in our city? What are they going to do? How are they going to create a better city for everybody as far as stopping the killings of young people?
And your firefight is killing.
The situation with our young people really is a tragedy, and that has to be the highest priority for the next administration, to make sure that we have strong youth development programs in place.
That's right.
And what I will bring to the office of mayor is the same mindset that I've had over my 20 years working in this community. Years ago at Bell Atlantic, I created a job training program focused specifically on young people who had dropped out of school, to get them into an initiative where they finished either their GED or their high school diploma, and they got the technical training to enter the telecommunications industry, to get good jobs like cable splicers, frame attendants, central office technicians. That's what we have to do. We have to give our young people an alternative. They cannot be raised by the streets and we expect them to be healthy. They've got to have training. They've got to have recreational facilities. There are very few recreational facilities in this part of the city, and again, this is where so many of our young people live. As mayor, again, I will focus on doing those things that I've already been doing, bringing real solutions to the problems that are before us. So it's recreational facilities, it's stronger schools, more vocational training, and the the mayor who is on the front line, moving around this city, talking to our young people. I've committed that one day a week I will be in somebody's classroom to make sure that our students hear from the mayor, that they hear about my story, that with hard work and education, believing in myself, that they can live there, that I have been able to have a marvelous career already, even before serving as mayor. And what I will say to them is, your mayor is working hard to do everything I can to give you a safe community, a good school to go to, health care that's available to you. But it's a bargain. You have to do your part too. You have to believe in yourself. You have to understand that there's greatness in you. You have to invest in yourself. You have to work hard too. And I firmly believe that our young people hearing that testimony and knowing they have a mayor who works on their behalf, that they will move in a different direction.
If you're out in the community, you know that there's no question that there are neighborhoods in the city where there absolutely has to be better recreation centers, where we got to fix our schools. Where, to be honest with you, the police just are not doing the job they need to do, walking the streets to protect the areas. And you need a mayor who knows how the city government works to make sure that we can quickly get that up to speed. But what the residents of the District of Columbia are saying is that's just not enough. If you're out here in Woodland Terrace and other areas, you know that you need to have real intervention. And that's why groups like the Peaceaholics and Calvin Woodland and Root and the Alliance of Concerned Men have got to be a part of that strategy. You have to have groups. You have to have people that are from these communities partnering with the government, who know the people, who can get the trust of young people again. When you look at the Boston model, when they completely eliminated youth homicides for a year and a half, they did it by working with the faith-based community, by working with groups like Peaceaholics. We need that here in the District of Columbia. Our young people trust them. The government now needs to trust them.
Good morning. My name is Donald Folden, and I have a two-part question that I'd like you to answer. I'd like to know who up here supports same-sex marriage, and if you do, how are you morally fit to lead the city? Please explain.
I have said loud and clear from day one that we absolutely believe in marriage equality for everyone. So the answer is yes, I do. And I think it's just like Mayor Michael New York said last time, the government's role is not to decide who and who should get married. We're not imposing this on any church, but everyone knows in our communities there are people from all different walks of life, and we have to be welcoming of them.
I have said throughout my campaign that I fully support full marriage equality, and I stand by that stance. What I think we need to do is think a whole lot less about who wants to form a loving couple and think more about how we create a city that welcomes all people and supports families. Part of our problem is we often get tied up on the issues that really don't really matter, but issues that we try to pump up as to mean something that, and to make some kind of a statement. But I say that my support for full marriage equality comes from someone who, I'm also a senior steward at the Metropolitan African Methodist Episcopal Church. I love the Lord, and I know that God made all of us. And what our requirement is to do, what our responsibility is to love each other and to create a city